Here we go. 60 out low. Walk 54. Walk 54.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster, complete. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Pass 85, pass 85. We go.
Allen now on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man, it's Foster. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Kill. Slam. Hey, switch gears. Hey, left 3.
And here's Allen on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Bravo.
Allen to throw once more. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
They still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
Hey, wahoo!
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Phillip Lindsay, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. They'll look to throw here. Dancing to his left. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. Launch 49. Ready. Tighten up.
They'll run it here with Pierce. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 33. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Watch the edge. Watch out. Kill. Turn up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Mike, 49. Here we go.
On first down, it's Pierce. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 15 now. And Lambeau now. After the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you've got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
56, 56.
40, 40. Alert. Like 12.
Go.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Like 12.
To throw again. Allen. It's caught. Lockett. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Let's get it together, defense.
On first down, Allen. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Mike 10. Mike 10, Mike 10. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Watch the motion. 10's a Mike.
Alert.
I've got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Back's mine. 10's the Mike. 10's the Mike.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
You see me out here? That's right.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Second and 10 now from the 27.
36. Check.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Second and 11 at the 38-yard line.
John. Double tight. Double tight. Three down. Three down. Three down. Check, check. Fresno. 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 Jim. 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 Hey, home.
On second and 11 now. Allen. This complete to Jones. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Allen to throw on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Quincy Williams with a tight coverage there. So coming up empty here to start the third quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines.
This is taken around the 12. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The drive starts with a completion left side, and they'll bring him down right around the 13. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this second and 9. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Let's go.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Grant. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
45-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. They'll try the left side. Pierce. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Right back to him on first down. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 39-yard line.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. Second and 4. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now a give, right side. It's Pierce, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick. But let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43.
Check out. Sponge. No. Check. Lucky.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. With his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 49. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Watch twist.
They go again with Pierce. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Check 99, check 99. Pick the edge, pick the edge. Come. Deuce. Yup.
On 3rd down, it's Pierce. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the 1st.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Check nickel.
They'll run on 1st down. Pierce. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been flat getting it done, 8 for 9 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. All day, dog. 54.
Now back to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. The big fella. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bills cut into that lead. We talk about it a lot. One of the dangers of the long field goal, you got to kind of hit it low and drive it. That makes it susceptible to a block here. Not only do they block it, they return it.
And how about how well they did on the return where they didn't create a penalty? Oftentimes in that type of a scrambling situation, someone will clip, someone will block below the waist, right? You name it. In this case, though, that didn't happen. They formed it up, and he took it all the way back for a touchdown.
From the gun, it's Allen. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Sack, baby. Sack, baby.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away, it's Tavecchio. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pierce. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the set, 54. Mike 54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike. All day.
2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. They run the counter. It's Pierce. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd and 4.
What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Kill. Same on. Save. Check 13. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Pierce, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
It's now 4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Ringo. Tight dog. Rush in.
They'll try and run for it. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On first down, Pierce. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Check 43. Switch.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. It's Pierce, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Another run by Lindsey. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Jaguars, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games.